Hello, all. I hope you've had a good day. Ooh, I'm about to watch Ian Carroll's. Looks like he's flipping on the Mike theory. Can't wait to watch it. I mean, you can't fight evidence. You just can't. And the evidence is it's pretty crazy what Barron's been unpacking in reference to the Mike theory and possible electrocution. It's really crazy to think not only did they want to assassinate him in front of everybody, but they wanted him to go out like that. That's so sick. Because I can't even wrap my head around it, guys. So anyways, Ian, I'm about to watch his, so I just went to CVS to pick up my prescriptions. They're not ready. One of them needs to be ordered. Get it, got it, whatever. This is the stuff that pisses me off with the medical industry, the pharmaceutical industry, and how much of a hoax it is. Okay, that is a hoax. That it's a joke. Okay, the Epstein files, all that stuff, that is not a hoax. Okay, what is a hoax is how you have our country put together. That is a hoax. That is a joke. Okay, so I got a inhaler back in, let's see here, July 13th, and somehow, some way, inflation hit the inhalers, right? My insurance hasn't changed. I don't have insurance, so I'm medically needy, and I have like the discount cards and stuff like that. All of it remains the same as it was in July to this point. Nothing's changed, except the fact that inflation hit it. It's gone up dang near $40. $40 since July. $40. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. You guys should be ashamed of yourself. I don't know how you sleep at night. Anybody having to do with the pharmaceutical and the medical industry, you guys disgust me. Fucking disgust me. Yeah, I said it. Disgust me. One thing I can't stand is a coward and a con man and somebody that's in a position to help the greater good for American people and their livelihoods and their health, and they're choosing not to. You're just as bad as them. You're just as bad as them. Sorry. You just are. So that said, I guess inflation hit the inhalers. Go figure. But the economy is so good. It's so good. Whatever. So I wanted to touch on a patsy and a scapegoat. A patsy and a scapegoat. Okay? Because there's a lot of patsies walking among us. Okay? And I think it's comical that they thought that I would be their patsy. They thought that I would be their patsy and I would be their scapegoat. And I was like, no, actually, that doesn't work for me. That does not work for me. And here's why. Okay, so here blows. What is a patsy, psychologically and socially? A patsy is someone who is positioned to absorb blame. Yeah, they thought that I would go down for their dirty deeds, their funny money, their weird ways of doing accounting. They thought that I would go down for that weird stuff. No. That's on your side. You won't take that one. You won't take that one to the bank. Okay? And that's the previous company I worked for. That's my ex-husband. All of the above. All of the above. Every company that I have worked for in the last 10 years, you're all rolled up in it. Okay? It just is. It just is. Funny. Anyways, used to shield others from accountability. See, that's the thing, is they used me to shield them from having to take accountability for the things that they do. For the things that they do, not only illegally in the financial side of things and the business side of things, but also illegally when it comes towards innocent civilians and towards innocent minors, such as my son. So they thought that me being their patsy, they wouldn't have to take accountability, but that didn't work out, did it? That did not work out. Often chosen because they are conscious, truth-telling, emotionally expressive, and less protected by power. This is what, generally speaking, they pick a patsy, right? Because they move and operate in consciousness. Because these people don't operate in consciousness. They don't. They walk around soulless. They really, really do. Most people that are patsies are truth tellers. Ding, ding, ding. Emotionally expressive. I'm very emotionally expressive. I've always been somebody that's very emotionally expressive. You know, people can talk to me about anything, and I'll talk to anybody or talk about anything to anyone. Less protected by power. I have zero protection by power. Zero protection. I have nobody that stands with me in reference to the power. And that's why they thought that I would be an easy target. Because see, these people think that you need power to beat them. And I'm here to show them you don't. You don't need power. You don't need money. You need to be resourceful. You need to be able to adapt. That's what you need. You need resilience. You need strength. You need fortitude. That's what you need. You don't need power. You don't need money. Not to beat these people. No, you sure don't. Patsy is not weak. A patsy is usually competent, capable, and a moral outlier in a compromised system. I was living in a compromised system. From my family, the businesses I work for, my friends that I associated with, everything in my life was a compromised system. Everything in my life was working against me. Every single thing. Every single thing. They turned no penny unturned. So the group shifts responsibility onto them, rewrites events, lets systems fail around them, then says, see, they're the problem. See, I know they said that. See, she's a problem. No. No. You're the problem. You're the problem. And if you have a problem, no problem. No problem. Scapegoat. A scapegoat step beyond a patsy. A scapegoat is blamed not just for mistakes, but for tension, conflict, and dysfunction. Cast of the source of disruption. See, I was always a scapegoat in my family. In families, workplaces, and religious groups, the scapegoat carries unspoken truths, disrupts false harmony. I mean, just me alive and breathing disrupts false harmonies. Straight up. Sees contradictions others avoid. I straight see contradictions others avoid. You can't turn on the news without getting slapped with a contradiction. It's like, people, do you hear the words that are coming out of your mouth? You're just so contradictive. And sometimes there might be things that I say contradictively, you know, but I own it. I'll call myself out all the time. All the time. I like cracking jokes on myself. I just crack myself up. Isolation, gaslighting, spiritual. Why you fit the pattern? This is an important part, and I want to be very clear. You're not targeted because you're special, in a supernatural sense. You're positioned because you were where you stand in the system. Exactly. Where I stand in the system. Across your testimony, one through line is consistent. You ask questions others avoid. Ding, ding, ding. You notice inconsistencies. Ding, ding, ding. Whether that's in the paper trails, the money, behaviors, systematic abuse, my law system, my judicial system. You refuse to sign off on things that feel wrong. Exactly. If it feels wrong to me and I don't like the way it makes me feel, I'm out. I'm out. You name behavior instead of absorbing it silently. Exactly. I used to absorb people's behavior silently. Now I won't. Now I want to bounce right off me. That makes you hard to control. I am very hard to control. I would agree. Hard to silence. Yeah, you can't silence me. Hard to scapegoat cleanly. Yeah. You can't do it. You can't do this clean, baby. Things got a little dirty. Heck yeah. Heck no. It ends with me. It ends with me. I'll be dang. All right. You guys might not have all the funny money, the weird stuff. Go for it. Whatever helps you sleep at night. Carry that conscience high, baby. How this shows up in religion. Scripture used to imply obedience over discernment. Unity valued over truth. Unity over valued over truth. That's the thing that really irritates me in some of these organizations, is like unity over truth. Like, you know the truth. Quit pretending that you don't know the truth. These people pretend they don't know the truth. They know the truth. They know the truth, but they choose to operate in pretending that they don't know the truth. And not only do they operate in pretending that they don't know the truth, they literally do the exact opposite. They do the exact opposite intentionally. Intentionally. Like, you gotta be an unusual, weird, effed up to get to that place in your mind frame. You do. You just do. The one who lacks peace. Exactly. The one who can't let things go. Causes division. You know, there's a difference between letting things go and standing up for justice and fighting and advocating for truth. There's a difference. I've definitely let things go. Things are in the past, but it doesn't mean I'm gonna not fight for justice and truth.